We're going in another direction, but thank you.
Hey, that's a great idea, but we're going to do this.
I don't think that will work.
No. Do you ever feel like your suggestions are not even considered? In this episode, whether you're on a team or a CEO, we'll show an exercise to help people learn the power of agreement.
Hi. Can your CEO come out and play?
Won't say pretty, please, or speaking little white lies. I've got a rebel soul. I've got a rebel soul.
Welcome to Leaders at Play, a podcast with your hosts, Paul and Kelly Marks. Over the past decade, we have spoken to more than 45,000 business folks at organizations such as Amazon, Wells Fargo, Compass Group, and Duke University. At first, 4 companies took a chance on our unconventional workshop, but by 2018, we were giving more than 90 speeches across the country. So, we thank you for tuning in.
So this exercise is called Yes and it's all about agreement here. What's going to happen in this particular game is I will say a sentence. You can only speak in statements, no questions. I will say a short statement. You will repeat my short statement by saying the word yes and then the exact statement. The only thing you would do is change an I to a you. For example, if I said I like tennis, you would say yes. Literally say that word. You like tennis, because it's not her, it's me. For you.
Who's on first?
I don't really know. But anyway, so I will say a short statement. You will say yes, repeat it word for word, changing the I to a you if necessary, and then you'll add on to my statement.
Right.
That's the agreement part.
Exactly. I love this game. I just cannot carry it over to my real life.
No.
My first reaction is no.
No, exactly. So let's go ahead and do this.
Okay.
And what we'll do is you just need a suggestion to start. That suggestion can be anything, just to give you an idea. So what we'll do is give me a famous person in history that you would love to have dinner with. Anybody.
Albert Einstein.
Albert.
Don't even go there.
No, I'm just thinking that this dinner would be one-sided.
I'd be sitting there going, what? What?
You think they have more bread rolls? Albert. You seem to be writing on that napkin quite a bit. I mean, really? Okay.
I'm hoping it would rub off.
Okay. E equals what? M what? C what? I would love to be at that dinner.
Abraham Lincoln. I'd love to have dinner with Abraham Lincoln.
No, we're going to do Albert Einstein. You got it. Albert Einstein is fantastic. Okay. But we're not going to do the dinner. That's just the inspiration to get us going.
Okay.
So the only time you don't say yes is the very first line because there's nothing to say yes to. With that in mind, here we go. Okay. I got Albert Einstein's autograph.
Yes, you got Albert Einstein's autograph, and you should sell it at auction.
Yes, I should sell it at auction. And the reason being, I'm poor.
Yes, you are poor. And this would help you get out of debt completely.
Yes, this would help me get out of debt completely. And then I would be able to be at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Yes, then you would be able to be at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And they might try to give you a job there.
Yes, they might try to give me a job there. And I've been unemployed for the last 7 months.
Yes, you have been unemployed for the last 7 months. And I doubt anyone will hire you in the future.
Yes, you doubt anyone will hire me in the future. And I'm a loser.
Yes, you are a loser.
Stop. And that is exactly how that game is played. We did each sentence verbatim, word for word, again, only changing the I to a you if necessary. And we listened so intently and we agreed. By saying the word and, we did it perfectly. What we find in the corporate culture is oftentimes people will say, yes, but. And that changes everything. And you don't want to do that in this exercise. The other thing I failed to mention that we did do in this game is we also matched each other's emotions. We want to connect on an EI level, emotional intelligence. Why? Because it raises the bar of embarrassment. It lets leaders play under it as well. So if I'm laughing, then that other person should be laughing. If we decide to cry, then we're both going to be crying. And oftentimes at companies, they will stay right in the middle because they don't want to make waves. But the fun thing is just like maybe have an argument, jealousy, fist fight, something of that nature. That would be fun to do.
That's exactly right. And it's funny, you mentioned the yes, but I think when we are in these workshops and we see people say yes, but it's kind of a knee-jerk reaction. But if you stop and think about it, that is really just a fancy way of saying no.
Right.
Yes, I would love to go to lunch with you, but
I don't like you.
That was a little harsh.
We'll deal with honesty in another episode.
Exactly.
So what we're going to do now is give you another exercise that we do with this. And this game is called Yes and Yes But. So we're going to start with the yes but.
Okay.
Let's say we work at a bank and Joan is 67 years old and she's retiring. And what we're going to do is we're planning the party. And watch how this works when you're planning a party and you say yes but to everything. In other words, always making excuses why something can't work. And then ideas just get shut down. Let's watch. Or listen.
Yeah.
So Joan is getting ready to retire.
I know. I'm so excited for her.
I know. She's 67 years old. Looks a little older to me. I'm just saying.
Well, we won't tell her that.
No. I've never told her that. But we want to go over her retirement party, right?
Sure. Yeah. Do you have any ideas?
Yeah. I thought we would start off with a chocolate cake.
Yes, but she's allergic to chocolate.
Ugh, forgot about that. The cocoa bean.
Right.
You have any ideas?
Well, why don't we make sure that we have plenty of balloons?
Oh, yeah, that would be a fantastic idea. Yeah. Oh, but she doesn't like balloons to pop. It makes her really get nervous and agitated and has anxiety.
Right. We don't need any more of that.
No. We could do this, though. We could actually have streamers on the door when she walks in, and it looks like it's the 1970s.
Yes. But that might bring back bad memories because, she was a teenager in the 70s.
Yeah, she's old now. Ugh. And that's how that game works. So ideas get shot down instantly.
And if you notice, nothing piggybacked. It was a stop, and you had to come up with a new idea. And it was a stop, and you had to come up with a new idea. Because you said the cake, I stopped it. I said the balloons, you stopped it. And we had to just keep going from there.
And come up with original ideas for each occasion.
Exactly.
Or each opportunity. So what we're going to do now is say yes and. So we'll do, let's say we're all going bowling, or Joan's going bowling with us. So we're going to do that particular thing. Like, how can we make it exciting? It's a team building event.
Okay. Right.
All right. Team building. Joan is coming. I'm super excited to have her there. And what I was thinking is that we could get her own ball.
Yes. And we could get it engraved with her initials.
Yes. And then we could also put her favorite color on the ball because she loves purple.
Yes. And maybe we could put sparkles in the purple.
Yes. And we will reserve 6 lanes so she can choose whichever lane she wants to bowl on.
Yes. And then we can have all the other people divide up into teams. It'll be wonderful.
Yes. And we will put the gutter guards up so she always gets a good score.
Yes. And we won't even be able to count. The score will be so high.
Yes. And they also can track it themselves. That's how they do it now at a bowling alley. When was the last time you bowled? When they had the streamers? 1970s? Leadership doesn't just happen in the boardroom or in a corporate environment. Leadership happens all the time at home. Each week, we'll share one personal leadership story on our podcast. This story is called Line in the Sand. So this leadership moment isn't really related to the family. It's related to a friend of mine.
Right. And it was a leadership moment and a half.
Yeah, it was. And I think he learned a lot from that.
I think everybody did.
Yeah. So his name is Matt. Well, we can call him Matt.
We'll just call him Matt.
Right.
Leave it there.
Yeah, we're not going to say his last name.
Well, I remember when it started because you go to after-school enrichment programs
Right.
in the
Teach
afternoon.
a ton of kids at Charlotte Mecklenburg schools.
Right. And it's usually kindergartens through fifth graders. And sometimes they're all mixed together and they're quite a handful.
Right. And it can be as many as 50 children at one time.
Exactly.
And so I was busy and I could not go to one of the schools. You were busy, so you couldn't go to the school. So Matt took the leadership by the reins.
Right. Yeah, I remember how proud you were of him because that was kind of outside of his comfort zone. But he was like, I'll do this.
Right. So he goes to the school, and I had told Matt that sometimes you have problems with kids. Like, like if I call a kid up a couple times, like, Susie's been up twice, that's what the kids say. She's already been up. And because a lot of these kids don't have enough, what I call talent to come on stage. And they're like, Susie's been up twice. And I'm like, the reason Susie's up is because she has a modicum of talent. The rest of you do not. Sit down.
That's what's going on in your head.
That's going on in my head. I don't
you
say
don't
it out
actually
loud.
say that.
No, I just say, you'll be next. And then hope and pray they forget. But anyway, so I said to Matt, if you have an unruly student at the school, when you're doing the program, if they don't want to participate, you just tell them to go sit down, go sit in the corner, right?
Absolutely, because there are 50 other kids raising their hand, and there's no reason to put yourself out for that.
Right. We're not going to ruin it for the other children because this one student decides they're not going to participate or do it correctly.
Exactly.
And so I gave Matt that advice, and that was really important for him. So he goes to the school, and in the middle of the program, he's in the gymnasium. In the middle of the program, they're not really following his rules. They're not listening to Matt. He can't get their attention. So he says to the entire group, this is where he goes wrong. He says to the entire group, if you don't want to participate in this improv program, go sit in the corner. Every single student, all 50 kids, go over to the corner.
There's a mass exit.
Yeah. Matt is just standing there in the center of the gym by himself.
How do you recover from that?
I don't know. I think he went over there and apologized to the kids. But he calls me later and says, what happened? He goes, you told me that if one of the students is unruly, just put him in the corner. I said, the operative word there was one. If you direct it to all of them, they're all going to go.
Every single time.
That's why I don't do that at a corporate event.
No.
You don't say that. Hey, if you don't want to participate, you can leave. Because then I'd be in an empty room.
That's right. You'd be out of business.
Each week, we want to leave you with one inspirational quote. And this week, Kelly's going to go ahead and do it for us.
Right. This is one of my favorites. It says, I think one of my favorite feelings is laughing with someone and realizing halfway through how much you enjoy their existence.
That's awesome. Who said that?
I did. Did you not just hear me? It's actually anonymous, but there's nobody here to fight me on it. So
we're taking credit for all that.
Exactly.
We also did footprints.
Exactly.
All these things. Starting with this episode, we actually have a new segment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Called bloopers.
Bloopers. And the reason we're doing this, which will be in almost every episode, is because we make a ton of mistakes.
Yeah. I can see the ratio of information to bloopers changing over the course of time.
Yes. We start off with the hook.
Yep.
And then we go to bloopers.
That's all there's
That's
there.
all that's going to be in it. But we have so many bloopers that we thought we'd share a few from just this episode and each time. Each week. We have a quote?
No.
Each week we like to leave you with an with a phlegm. Thank you all so much for listening in.
Bye-bye.
Another blooper.
I can be good when I wanna. I just don't wanna. I can be good when I wanna. I just don't wanna. I can be a good girl when I wanna. I just don't wanna. I can be good, but